James Kaufman, World News Report today. Today is June 5th, 2023, 2 p.m. Central here in the U.S. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at Earth's electromagnetic field, and it got walloped at least one time with a spike that went off the charts. You can see that it actually exceeded 1600 hertz. Now this was right at 1330 UTC time. We've also been hit all day long. What is very odd is the geophone did not pick up an overly huge spike here at that time period, and it's been spiking harder than that ongoingly all day long. These other spikes really only end up peaking at about 250 to 300 hertz, and these significant spikes have come and gone all day long. Let's see what the Schumann resonance looks like because of this wallop to our electromagnetic shield. All right, here we are looking at the Schumann resonance, and ladies and gentlemen, you can see from about 1315 UTC time on to about 1400 UTC time, we had a very strong event. That was followed up by another event around 1600 UTC time. It lasted for about an hour and a half. We're currently in another event, and you can't see it all here. This is not up to date, but we will be able to see more on the 6-day comparison. You'll see a brief reduction followed by even a stronger spike here on the 6-day comparison. So we basically had three very strong spikes. One lasted about an hour, the next one lasted about an hour and a half, and this one is still ongoing. Most of these look like they have gone off the charts, which is incredible, again, at 105 hertz. I know y'all remember the Schumann resonance was never measured over 37 hertz until 2019. All right, so you can see today, June 5th, 2023, and you want to look for a pattern, and there is definitely a pattern during this time of the day here, but it's just so varied throughout the day, it's hard to call this a pattern. You also can see that the Schumann resonance spike has continued and has passed the 1800 UTC time period, which means that this has been spiking for about an hour and a half with a lull that we talked about. Most all of these are off the charts as well, except for the most recent spike. And the charts here end at 50 hertz. Again, when these models were made, they didn't think that they would ever have to have a chart with a higher actual number because they had never seen Schumann spikes like we're seeing over the last 3 or 4 years. Here are our geophone strips, and this is the 1300 hour, and we talked about that one. This is the 1600 hour, we talked about that one, and it's not going to be up to date either. It's going to be missing the last 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's about 20 UTC time, so we're missing actually more than that on the geophones. Missing data, we never like. All right, going to the actual modeling components themselves, we can see the three spikes. They're very easy to pick out. One occurred from 13 to 1400. The next one from just before 1600 to after 1730. And then we instantly went into another spike that did subside, but is now spiking once again. So I guess we, in theory, have had 4 spikes, but the data is really not up to date on all the models. We saw that on our geophones, our ULF noise, our ELF noise, and our second SR frequency. We were told by NASA we might have a CME, i.e. glancing blow hit today. We see nothing like that here on our KP index. The day started here June 5th, and we see no geomagnetic disturbance and definitely no geomagnetic storms. We will check Discover for the actual solar weather right now. Over to Discover real-time solar winds. We have plasma never penetrating 10 centimeters cubed all day long. The day started here right at 3.5 centimeters cubed. We've never broken 10 centimeters cubed, which is the space weather threshold, so we've been hit by no plasma. Solar winds started the day out again here at what looks like about 370, 365. Now we did have some strange activity where plasma went down and the winds went down at the same time, and then plasma and the winds right here went up at the same time. They're supposed to be moving in opposite directions, but today they're moving in the same exact direction. And I don't know what the temperature is doing. The temperature is dropping here for no apparent reason. There's a little bitty drop of solar winds, but not that would be significant enough to cause the temperature to drop this much. Again, here we have a drop in plasma and solar winds. And the temperature bottoms out to almost nothing. Solar winds have peaked at 457, which is far from a solar disturbance or any type of event that would cause any problems with our electromagnetic shield. This is solar winds, not space winds. We will take a look at the backside of our planet to see if anything out of the ordinary is occurring, and then we'll take a look at CERN. All right, taking a look at our magnetosphere, in this model of our magnetosphere, two cut planes, our planet is the little white and black dot. The gray is our actual electromagnetic field, or our atmosphere, although our atmosphere goes much further. We're moving to the left in this model at 67,000 miles an hour, orbiting the sun, also moving at you because the sun is moving away from the Big Bang at about 544,000 miles an hour. But where do we see the pressure? Well, again, we see it on the nighttime side. Yes, the Earth is turning 360 degrees at all times, but no bow shock is present, and we see that the pressure on the backside is still very significant here with no bow shock. So that is, again, I would say out of the ordinary, but it's becoming the ordinary. So instead of calling this solar winds, let's instead call this space winds. So maybe we have space winds hitting our magnetic shields. After all, it is nighttime over in Italy or close to it. So jumping over to CERN, the Large Hadron Collider, we can see that this does not match up to the 1300, the 1600, although this machine has been on all day. And they've actually, sustained instantaneous luminosity for the longest period I've ever seen them do so. Look at this. We really need to find out more about instantaneous luminosity. Again, that one doesn't have a 1300. It does have a 1600 component. When that spikes up at 1600, we have the largest spike of the day from 16 to 1730, you may recall. Then again, we're having one now. But again, we don't see anything here at 1300 UTC time. So I can't make the correlation. That and the fact that this was completely off on Saturday and we still had the Schumann resonance spiking. With that said, the Schumann resonance is currently spiking off the charts, ladies and gentlemen. And, well, I'd like to know if it affects you in any way, if you're able to sense it. And if it does affect you, what ways? Is it positive, negative? Is it physical, physiological? Let me know, please, in the comments below. God bless you and yours. Share and subscribe. Always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.